Common basis 2, lecture 2 is procedure of key manufacturing. What we studied in the last lecture, we studied introduction to oil and key, percentage of oil in differences, preparation of indicators, manufacturing of vegetable key, and flow sheet diagram of key manufacturing. Now in this lecture, we will study about procedure of key manufacturing, unit operation and unit process. We studied the flow sheet diagram of key manufacturing in the last lecture. Now we will study about the processes of key manufacturing one by one. Procedure of key manufacturing. First step is pre-neutralization. In this section, the oil which is present in vegetable oil storage tank is taken into the neutralizer, which is then pre-neutralized. So following chemicals and conditions are required. We require N/10 NaOH solution, which is about 4 gram of NaOH solution, which is dissolved in 1 liter of water, NaCl and H3PO4. The temperature is 40 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees centigrade and pressure is 760 mm of autogram. It will require about 1 to 1.5 hours. What is the main purpose of pre-neutralization? The main purpose of pre-neutralization is to decrease the amount of free fatty acids. This is done by passing the NaOH solution. So why we are decreasing the amount of free fatty acids? Because they are less stable than neutral oils. They are more prone to oxidation and to turning rancid. So that's why we are removing free fatty acids. In the next step, we will provide the agitator for complete neutralization. So which is agitator? You can look at the picture of agitator on the left side of slide. It's a device or machine which turns the oil into motion and provide the constant stirring and shaking of the oil. So there are different types of machines which are available in our market. It depends upon for which purposes we are using the agitator. After this, we will provide steam to our sample through steam coils, which plays two roles. First role is to provide agitation to our sample, and second role is to provide heat transfer to our sample. At the end of pre-neutralization process, we will obtain soft stock as our product. Next step is pre-bleaching. In this section, the pre-neutralized oil is bleached. Following chemicals and conditions are required for this purpose. We need 15 bags of 50 kg fuller earth per 25 ton batch to pre-bleach or decolorize the oil. It will take about 85 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade of temperature and pressure is 15 to 20 mm of autogram. The whole process will take about 1 to 2 hours. In the pre-bleaching tank, first of all, we will heat the oil up to 85 to 100 degrees centigrade by passing through the steam coil. After heating, we will mix the oil for 20 minutes by impeller. What is impeller and what is the purpose of impeller here? Impeller is a rotating component of centrifugal pump. It will use to increase the pressure and the flow of oil. After this, we can add the 15 bags of fuller earth by blower and mix it about 20 to 25 minutes to pre-bleach our oil. After mixing, we can power off the impeller and allow to cool up our oil for about 100 degrees centigrade and pump the oil to the plate. After this, we can pass our sample to the frame filter process to remove the fuller earth. After filtering, the color of our oil is very good. You can see the picture of impeller on the right side of the slide. Step in the process of key manufacturing is hydrogenation. Hydrogenation is very important and main step in the process of key manufacturing. In this section, oil is converted into ghee with the help of hydrogen gas. So we require following chemicals and conditions. We need nickel catalyst and hydrogen gas as catalyst. The temperature is about 150 degrees centigrade to 190 degrees centigrade and pressure is 50 to 250 psi. The whole process will take about 3 to 7 hours long. In the process of hydrogenation, we can add hydrogen gas in the oil in the presence of nickel catalyst. The whole process of hydrogenation is checked and controlled by refractometer. You can see the picture of refractometer on the right side of slide. This is most commonly used refractometer in the industry. There are some sort of reading appears on the refractometer during the process of hydrogenation, which can tell us about the physical properties of oil. For example, the saturation and melting point of oil. Second important point is that we can keep the melting point of key according to our season. So whatever the season is, we can keep the melting point of our key according to our seasonal temperature. When the hydrogenation process is completed, we can remove the nickel catalyst. Following reaction can take place in the process of hydrogenation. We can react the unsaturated oil C17H31COO decanthrice C3H5 with hydrogen gas in the presence of nickel catalyst that can gives us key C17H33COO decanthrice C3H5. When the hydrogenation process is completed, our oil is converted into key, which is in the form of molten and called as molten key. Step 4 is post-neutralization. In this section, the hydrogenated oil is introduced and following chemicals and conditions are required. We need NO10NaOH solution as our chemical. It will take about 50 degree centigrade to 90 degree centigrade of temperature, and it will require about half to 1.5 hours. What is the main purpose of post-neutralization? Its main purpose is to completely remove the amount of free fatty acids because they are less stable than neutral oil. So we remove the amount of free fatty acids to stabilize our oil or sample. Post-bleaching is done as the same ways as we done the pre-bleaching process. Now we will add fuller earth to improve and absorb the additional colored particles. Following chemicals and conditions are required. We need fuller earth. The temperature is about 90 to 100 degrees centigrade and pressure is 15 to 20 millimeter of hydrogram. The whole process will take about 1 to 2 hours. After the complete bleaching, the key is passed through the filter to remove the fuller earth, which is then passed to deodorization section. Next step is deodorization. The filter hydrogenated oil still contain an unpleasant oil, so we must need to deodorize our sample to remove the unpleasant odor. For this we add citric acid to the ghee. The purpose of citric acid is to help the digestion process. Following chemicals and conditions are required for this purpose. We need citric acid as a chemical. Temperature is about 180 to 235 degrees centigrade. Pressure is 30 millimeter of hydrogram. The process will take about 3 to 6 hours long. After this, the ghee is passed through the cooler to cool down its temperature at 60 degrees centigrade. So at the end of the process, our oil is deodorized, so the unpleasant odor is removed at the end of the process. Vitamin blending. In this section, we add vitamin A and D in the ghee to meet the requirement of good quality ghee. While we are adding vitamin A and D to fulfill the nutritional gap. So if there is a nutritional gap or nutritional deficiency in our oil, so we can add vitamins to fulfill the requirement and nutritional gap of the oil. After this, our oil is then goes toward the testing process and it is checked in the test lab. After this, if it is fine in quality, then it is packed and goes into the market. Unit operation. In unit operation, you will learn that there are following processes which are take place under unit operation. So, the oil which is present in the vegetable oil storage tank will transfer to the neutralization section. So, in the first chamber, the transfer of oil to neutralization section will take place. In the second chamber, addition of NO10NaOH and NaCl in it. So, in the second chamber, which is the neutralization chamber, we will add N/10 NaOH solution. So 4 gram of NaOH solution, which is dissolved in 1 liter of water, and that 4 gram of NaOH solution and NaCl we will add into the neutralization section. So what is neutralization? In chemistry, neutralization is a chemical reaction in which an acid and base react quantitatively with each other. So in the neutralization section, the neutralization of acid and base will take place. In the third chamber, so after the oil will be transferred to the neutralization chamber or section, we will transfer to the pre-neutralization or pre-bleaching section. So now the third chamber, transfer of pre-neutralized oil in the pre-bleaching section will take place. So the transfer of pre-neutralized oil in the pre-bleaching section will take place in the third process of unit operation. So after this section, the oil will be transferred for filtration. So in the filtration tank, the filtration of oil will take place. Here we remove the impurities which are present in the oil. So after the filtration of oil will take place, we will transfer the oil to the hydrogenation section. So in the hydrogenation section, the addition of hydrogen gas will take place. So we will add some amount of hydrogen gas in the hydrogenation section. So here the hydrogenation takes place. After the hydrogenation section, we will add some amount of nickel catalyst in this. So addition of nickel catalyst will take place. After the addition of nickel catalyst, we will further move to the next chamber, which is the post-bleaching chamber. Here the post-bleaching of molten ghee will take place. So the post-bleaching chamber will be same as the pre-bleaching chamber. So here we bleach our oil or decolorize our oil. So here our ghee will be transferred into the form of molten, so called as molten ghee. So here this section, the oil is transferred into the ghee, which is in the form of molten ghee. So in this section, here the ghee is prepared. So now our ghee is ready. Now we transfer it to the next section, which is the deodorization section. Here the deodorization of ghee will take place. So in the deodorization section, we will deodorize our ghee to remove the further unpleasant smell or odor which is present in the ghee. Here we remove the unpleasant odor or smell in the ghee or deodorize the ghee. So after the deodorization of ghee, we will add some amount of citric acid into the ghee. So the addition of citric acid will take place. After the addition of citric acid, we will transfer the oil into the next chamber. Here the vitamin blending of vitamin A plus D takes place in the ghee. So here we add vitamins in the oil. So here vitamin A and D are added in the ghee. So vitamin A and D are added in the ghee to fulfill the further nutritional deficiencies which are present in the ghee. Last step is unit process. So there are following processes which are taken place under unit process. Number 1 is pre-neutralization of oil. Number 2 is hydrogenation of oil. And number 3 is post neutralization of oil. So here the procedure of manufacturing of ghee is completed. Summary. In this slide I will summarize the whole process that is involved in the manufacturing of vegetable ghee. In the first part you can see that bleaching of edible oils and fats is a part of refining process of foods, oils and fats which removes contaminants that adversely impact the appearance and performance of these triglyceride based material. So bleaching is a very important step in the process of manufacturing ghee. In the bleaching process we can refine the foods, oils and fats, and it can remove the contaminants that are present in the oil. So bleaching process is used for refining and to remove the contaminants that are present in the oils and fats. So it is very important to remove these type of contaminants that are present in the oil to improve the performance and the appearance of the vegetable oils and fats. In second point, you can see that typically edible oil and fats ranging from soybean and palm oil to edible beef tallow are extracted together with impurities in various quantities. So the oils can be extracted from the plant sources or the animal sources. So from plant sources we can extract oils from soybean and palm oils, and from the animal sources we can extract oils from various animals. So when these type of oils are extracted from vegetable and plant sources, there are certain impurities which are present in the oil. So it is very important to remove these type of impurities which are present in the oils. In third point, you can see many of these impurities have to be removed from the oil to achieve the high quality oil standards necessary for edible applications, preceded generally by degumming and refining neutralization process. Bleaching is required to remove specific detrimental contaminants that are not effectively removed by the processes before the oil progress through deodorization. So, to remove these type of contaminants that are all the impurities that are present in the oil proceed towards the different chambers to remove these type of contaminants. For example, the oil moves toward the degumming procedure. Here in this chamber, the gum is removed from the oil and the oil moves towards the refining procedure or the neutralization chamber. Here the oil is refined, and then the bleaching chamber where the specific contaminants that are present in the oil is removed and the color of the oil is changed. So bleaching is used to remove the color of the oil, or it is very effective process. After this process, the oil passes to the deodorization chamber. Here the oil is deodorized, or there is unpleasant smell or odor there is present in the oil, it is removed. In the fourth point, you can see bleaching is described as a process of mixing oil and clay absorbent to remove color. The bleaching operation effectively removes some of the color, reduces the contents of chlorophyll, residue, soap and gums, trace metals, oxidation products, and indirectly impacts on deodorized oil color. While the bleaching process appears to be simple mixing of absorbent and oil followed by filtration, while the chemical and physical reactions occurring are complex and greatly reliant on the process variables, for example, moisture level, temperature, contact time, and vacuum. Oil quality entering the bleacher the amount and the characteristics of absorbent, and the type of equipment employed. So, the bleaching process is very important. It is not only used to decolorize the oil, it can also be used to effectively reduce the contents of chlorophyll, residues that are present in the soaps and gums, trace metals, oxidation products, and indirectly impacts on the deodorized oil color. So bleaching is very important phenomena. Besides, it can remove the color. It can further perform the various application, and it can be necessary to remove the contents of chlorophyll, residues, trace metals, and further products that are present in the oil. While the bleaching process is very simple, the bleaching process consists of mixing of absorbent and the oil, followed by the process of filtration. So, in the bleaching process, the various chemical and physical reactions that are taking place, that looks like very complex and complicated process, and there are different conditions that keep to be noted while performing the bleaching process. For example, moisture level, temperature, contact time, and the vacuum. So it is very important to take care of these type of conditions while performing the bleaching process. And it is also important to use the standard equipment while performing the bleaching process. The success or efficiency of bleaching operation is interdependent on the effectiveness of upstream process, where contaminants that have the potential to interfere with bleaching mechanism should be removed. So it is very important to perform bleaching process that the upstream processes be performed accurately. So it is very important that we perform the further processes very accurately while manufacturing of the oils and fats. So we should perform the neutralization, deodorization, filtration, and hydrogenation and further processes which are involved in the manufacturing of vegetable oils and fats so accurately that our oil that is obtained in the form of pure. So that how the process which involved in the manufacturing of oils and fats. Assignment number 1 is draw a flow sheet diagram of key manufacturing, and assignment number 2 is which processes are taken place under unit operation. Thank you.